again. My name is Stephanie.
And I'm Lauren.
And welcome to the second episode of Talk Shit.
Where we not only talk shit,
we talk dirty. So before we begin, we'd like to say hello and thank you to Jason from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
For commenting on his short and fat penis.
Yes. Well, we'd also like to say that we saw your picture, Jason, and we think that you are very fuckable.
Yes, we do.
So speaking of fuckable, the first thing we want to talk about is the difference between hot and fuckable.
Right. Because a guy can be hot, but not fuckable.
That's right. Doesn't have to be. He might not be because he opens his mouth.
Yes.
And he says something really stupid.
Or he is very arrogant and all he can do is talk about himself.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not.
It's really not good.
No.
Ooh.
And you could be average and still be fuckable.
That's right. Because your personality overweighs the fact that you're not perfectly symmetrical in the face.
That is true.
Carnal energy has a lot to do with being fuckable. A lot to do with it. But you can't be too overly carnal because then it just looks like you're a sexual predator.
Mm.
We don't like those.
Yeah.
But we don't like not enough either because then we might think that you're gay. And if you're gay, you're not interested in women. So we would have no idea. So a hot guy, I mean, you look at the guy and from head to toe, he's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and then he opens his mouth and he starts talking about,
I'm gonna kick
this guy's ass. We don't really care about that.
And if, the pants come off and, well, then, that's not that great either.
Or, no, that's not.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. We don't like overly sized penises, no matter what you may hear in rap videos.
Yeah.
I think they're scary. Very scary.
Yeah. But you don't want something like this big either, because, that's not too good either.
No. We'll get into that later, because
yeah.
I have a couple of, one major story about that.
Oh, well, don't feel bad. You need you're not the only one.
So, but the next thing that we want to talk about is when you approach a woman, signals that you may get to know if a woman is interested without even necessarily saying anything to her.
Yes. Or signals you should give are also.
So what do you think signals that they might need to give for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, eye contact is definite because, that lets me know you're, looking at me, which means you're interested.
They see you.
Right.
Seeing is good.
Seeing is very good.
Unless they're blind, in which case, I'm sorry. But you're not going to be able to see.
Right. Smiling is another one because if a guy's not interested, he's not really going to, interact with you.
Unless he has bad teeth. He's not going to want to smile if he has bad teeth.
That is true. But if he has bad teeth...
So look out for that. If a guy does not smile, he's either angry or has really bad teeth.
Yeah, which wouldn't be too good either.
Well, I'd rather take the bad teeth over the angry
yes,
any day.
That is
teeth
true.
you can fix. An angry nature generally...
Well, if he only has one
Prozac?
tooth, I don't know if you can fix that. But,
with dentures. Don't be superficial, Lauren.
Okay, you can get dentures. Yeah, so...
So, yeah. Okay, now if I see a guy sit down next to me, and I think that he's attractive, and I sense this carnal nature coming from him, because he's probably at a bar and he's looking, I think that I might look over and give him eye contact and kind of give him the sexy eyes or something. Or maybe smile, kind of if I'm in a happy mood, or look at him and do a shot. Try to get enough alcohol in me where I get the nerve to say hello to the guy. If I think he's hot.
Right.
What would you do if a hot guy sat down next to you?
Yeah, I would basically do almost the same thing,
Copycat.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know if I would need that much in me to, talk to him or whatever. But, I would definitely give him eye contact, smile, do a little flirtatious look, and, if I get it back, hey, what's the worst that can happen? Obviously, he's giving me signals, so I don't need too much in me to go ask him. So if, we're flirting back and forth, why not, It's one guy. What's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen,
Yeah. If you're ugly and you sit down next to me, you might get something like, I'm sitting there and I'm sipping my drink and I look over and an ugly guy, sits down and I might go, and he looks at me, you know. I might unawareingly give this look of, oh my God. And quickly look away, you know, maybe look around the room and look at bottles on the bar. Look at things that I normally probably wouldn't look at.
Right.
And you could probably see it in my face that, oh God, should I get up and walk away? He can't follow me to the woman's room, right? If a girl gets up and walks straight into the woman's room, you are really ugly.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that?
A couple times I kind of, you know, quickly ran away, but I never ran into the woman's room.
It's the sanctuary for women.
Yes, I kind of tried to evade, you know. I didn't want to give him the complete rush off, so walked away like I was already planning on leaving.
Yeah.
Have you ever ran off?
No, I think I wasn't that much of a chicken. I think I pretty much said, you know, I have a boyfriend. If you get that, I have a boyfriend right off the bat, and she's not with her boyfriend. She probably doesn't have one. She might just be, you know, out by herself.
Or
girls' night out, you know. But if she says the first line is, I have a boyfriend, just walk away.
Yeah.
You're going to be wasting your time, wasting your money on buying her alcohol. There's probably not enough alcohol at the bar, at the bar for her to want to have sex with you. So just walk away and move on to your next victim.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your best bet.
It's your best bet.
So.
So if you sit down with a hot guy, you know, it all works out and you go home and you get laid. Do you have any stories of your best and worst lay?
I do.
Do tell. I think everyone would like to know.
Yes. Okay. My worst would have to be my first, unfortunately. Yeah, he was about this big.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really sad. I mean, you know, it's not like I never seen him, so I knew what to expect, and when I saw that, you know, it's kind of like, this is my, yeah, it's my first, and it's gotta be this.
You want to go time out. I'm supposed to be losing my virginity right now, but your penis is way too small.
Yeah,
so get a penis pump and we'll take a rain check.
Yeah, so it was kind of disappointing, and it was kind of like, yeah, I can't feel anything, so okay, yeah, and yeah, it was over before I even knew it began. So
not only was he small, he was like what, in and out, done.
Yeah, that was basically it. It was about I don't even think it lasted a minute, seriously, and it's
Well, you know what? You know what? I think that's actually better. Because can you imagine if he had to go for hours and you're just going,
yeah, get this over with, hurry up. Yeah, he probably did me a favor, actually.
Can you maybe put your fingers in there with it?
Yeah, so, yeah, he probably
did he have big hands? Like really long fingers?
They were kind of long, so, yeah, that whole finger thing, that's a lie. I don't believe it.
Okay. Well, before she gets into her best, or do you want to do your best first?
No, go ahead. I'd like to hear your worst.
My worst?
Yeah.
See, I feel like we should save the worst for last.
Oh, okay.
You know?
All right.
So why don't you say your best, and then I'll say my best, and then I'll say my worst.
All right. I would have to say my best was, I would say it lasted for about 2.5 hours, which, you know, it compared to my worst, it was a long time. But
forever.
It was very many positions. It was up, on top, on bottom, standing. He was standing. I was, you know, on, you know, whatever. From behind, it was just like crazy. It was all over the place. It was, you know, wild. It was.
You're leaving out the details, Lauren.
I'm leaving out
no,
the
I'm
details.
joking. You can leave because I'll probably do that too.
And yeah, it was really good. You know, he was perfect size, and it was
good.
It was enjoyable. It was very enjoyable.
You ever notice that when you talk about the best kind, you leave out the juicy details, but when you talk about the worst kind, you throw every single detail you can possibly imagine happen in the scenario into the story.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we're women, we're allowed. I always say that. We're women, but it's okay.
Right, yeah.
So my best experience would have to be, it was one night, I was sitting at the kitchen table, and I don't know if we were playing cards. I kind of forget, because everything else really didn't matter. But then all of a sudden, the guy was like, get on the table. I was like, all right. So I got on the table, and I'm standing, and he's like, strip for me. So I'm like, all right. So I'm getting into it. I'm taking off all my clothes. Now I throw him to the side, and he's like, come here. And I walked over to the edge of the table. He starts going down on me. I'm like, okay, I don't really like it, but for some reason, it's okay tonight. Then I got on my back, and we had sex for 2 hours. I came the whole time. My back hurt for a while. I told you about that.
Yeah.
My back hurt. I told you about that, too.
Yeah.
My back
if she
hurt
would have
for
been
a
on
long
top,
time. My knees would have hurt.
she would have knee pads.
Stop.
Okay.
No, but it was so good. It was really good. It was really, really good.
Well,
I was satiated for a long time after that. It was good
you
stuff.
know they're good when you can't move after. You know it's good.
Your legs are trembling.
Mm.
If the woman's legs are trembling, she can't even like stand up after sex. You did a good job. Good for you.
So you can contact us.
So that when you're done, contact us. What is it? It's talkshit@podcast@yahoo.com.
No, just talk shit podcast, not at podcast. Just talk shit podcast.
Talk
at
shit
yahoo.com.
podcast. Talkshitpodcast@yahoo.com.
So yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I like to throw at in there every once in a while.
So yeah.
Yeah. So my worst lay. Okay. I have problems talking about this because I feel really bad for him. But it was just so small. It was like, you know those pencils when you were in kindergarten? The big pencils though, they were like about that big around. You know, that's how thick he was.
Yeah.
Like my thumb is bigger. And he was about that long.
Yeah.
And so he's a very attractive guy, and he was very carnal. We get up to the bed, and we're fooling around, you know. And every time I went to put my hand on his pants, he pushed me away. Like, oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe he wants to not, you know, whatever. So then he hides putting the condom on, which I had given him a condom of my own. I always carry condoms. So I give him a condom, and he puts it on, and he's hiding while he's putting it on. And he starts to like try to put it inside me. And he's like, oh, I'm having problems. I'm like, you can't keep it hard? So I get a glimpse. I look down and I get a glimpse. I don't think they make condoms that small, sweetie. I don't really think that they do. And I'm sorry, I feel really bad for you. But when you're this tall, when you're this long, and about that fat, do they make condoms that big?
No.
No.
Well, you know, you can get those little finger things that look like condoms that, you know, to protect your finger if you have something wrong with it. You could always get those.
Do they work against sperm? Do they protect you?
I don't know.
Yeah, see,
you have to check into that.
Yeah, it'd have to have a thing on it that said, "Will trap sperm."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you should be having sex with something that small.
Exactly, which gets my next point. Genetic anomalies. That is a genetic anomaly.
Yes, that is.
You should just maybe, I don't know.
Take a pill. Take the pill.
Try something.
Yes, they have pills.
They have pills. They have penis pumps.
Yeah.
Maybe even plastic surgery. You think they could stuff it like a sausage?
I don't know. They make boobs bigger. Maybe they can make it bigger.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Just keep adding piercings on, like, something. Because, I mean, if you're that long, at least if you add some piercings, it'll make it thicker.
Yeah. Or at least right after, maybe it'll swell and then, you know, just hurry up and do it while it's
Something.
swell. Yeah.
Something. Genetic anomalies. I feel really bad.
I do. I know. It's sad.
It really is sad.
Because it's like...
There's got to be something that they can do for people like that.
Yeah.
But don't come near us.
No.
I'm sorry. That's kind of mean.
Yeah.
But this is talk shit.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
So, yeah.
Genetic anomalies. Barrier against genetic anomalies.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to discuss men and their threesomes. What do you think about that?
Threesomes?
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I don't know if I would mind trying it. I don't know. I guess it would have to be something that I would have to get into. It all depends, on the mood, who it is, because if you got some, like, ugly girl, you're going to be like, no, sorry. She's ugly.
She's like a genetic anomaly.
Sorry, it's easier with a hot girl than it is with an ugly girl. So maybe if she was hot and, you were feeling kinky, why not? Give it a shot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've had threesomes. I've had a lot of threesomes. I've had to sacrifice sometimes. She wasn't ugly, but ugly. She was kind of below average, though. But I didn't go near her. I sacrificed. But I think that in order to have a threesome with a guy, you should feel comfortable with the guy. Right. You should feel like you can trust him and he can trust you. Because, you could be 2 months into the relationship and the guy goes, hey, let's bring a woman in. And you're like, okay. And you realize that you like women more than men and you break up with the guy and you leave him for the woman. That would kind of suck.
Yeah.
So are we back? We're back, yeah, because our cameraman had a coughing fit.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. We'll try to push that in there. We didn't already. Where were we? Men and their threesomes.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we're trying to tell you guys is don't bring a threesome up in the first couple of months you're dating a girl because she's going to start to think, oh, he doesn't like me. And maybe you don't.
Or I'm not good enough.
But if you're trying to keep the girl as a lucky rabbit's foot, you really don't want to bring that up right away. Yeah. Women can get very jealous.
Yes.
Very jealous. They're very insecure because men are always looking, and that's the nature of man. Men are always looking at this girl, that girl. They're seeders. Women want to find that mate. Men want to find whatever they can.
Yeah.
Women really don't like that too much. But the thing is that we need you guys. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
Although, some men are okay.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's a few.
Yeah.
And they're willing to stick it out and, wait for a threesome. Which is okay, because I think they're fun. I like threesomes. Well, I'm bisexual, so it's okay. And I've been with women on my own. So that's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So jealous women, back to that. If you're too jealous, the guy's just gonna be like, I can't handle this. This is just too much for me. I'm sorry, he might really like you, but if you're too jealous, he's not gonna be able to take it. He's not. No.
You can't be too jealous.
If
you can be jealous on the inside, but don't show it too much. You can ask questions in a very matter-of-factual manner. But when you are too jealous, a man is just like, I can't take it.
Right.
And he runs away. Even guys can be jealous at times. I've seen cases where guys are so jealous of, who is that? Who are you talking to? Who's that? Oh, I'm going to check your phone.
Yeah.
Girls do it too. All these instances, girls and guys. When you are jealous, you drive the other person away because you're not trusting them. Right. And a relationship is based on trust.
And when you can't trust someone and the person knows you obviously don't trust them because you're asking too many questions, you're getting too overworked over something small, then they're going to be like, well, how can you not trust me in a relationship that's based on trust?
And what I heard is that when you accuse someone of cheating, sometimes it's because you've cheated yourself.
Right.
So you know that it can be done.
Right. Most cases
and then you think, well, he's accusing me of cheating, maybe he's cheated, or vice versa. And that's not... Jealousy is not healthy in a relationship. It's really not. Sex is very healthy. Have lots of sex. Lots of different types of sex. Speaking of different types of sex, porn. It's kind of basic.
Yeah.
Types of porn that you may not necessarily see in this country, which you should never see. But porn, you watch it with, you know, you get a little turned on, you fool around while you're watching the porn, you fuck while you're watching porn. Porn's healthy. I like it.
I like porn. I have watched porn a couple of times, and it keeps you going, you know? Like, it helps you to, I don't know. For me, it's, I don't know, I just enjoy it. It gets you in the mood. Not only, you know, it gets you in the mood, it keeps you going.
Yeah, you'll be watching a porn, and you're sitting there, you're watching it, and your legs kind of like open.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I got this. Hold on, I'm gonna get my vibrator. And then you vibrate, and the guy's looking at you, and he's like, oh, you like that, don't you? Yeah. So yeah, porn's healthy.
Yeah.
So, you know, in some porn, you know, they're giving blowjobs, and they take it in their mouth, and some spit, some swallow, or some take it on their face.
Right.
What do you think? What do you like?
It depends. I've basically done them all, you know. I've swallowed, which it's alright. I mean, I don't mind it, you know, if the guy, it turns him even more, well, it doesn't really turn him on because he just did it, but
he's already gotten off.
For some reason, it's you know, it's more enjoyable when it goes in the mouth or, you know, whatever. So I have swallowed occasionally. Sometimes, you know, I'm just not in the mood to let it go down my throat, and I will spit. I've taken it on the face a couple of times, you know.
What do you prefer?
What do I prefer? It depends. I would have to say...
She likes it on
the face. You think I like it on the face? No, well, you know what? Sometimes, you know, I'll take it... It depends. If I'm in the mood, I like, you know, it in the mouth or whatever. But if I'm not in the mood, I don't want to spit because that's kind of gross. So I guess I would rather take it on the face than, you know, have to spit it out because that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
You know?
I've done all three. Spitting kind of reactivates that gag reflex, so I don't really like to do that. I swallowed one time, and I swear to God, it's stuck in my throat for like the rest of the day, and I tried everything to get it out. I like facials. I like the warmth on my face. I think it's hot. I think it makes me look like a little slut. It's kinky. You know me. I like kinky.
It's a lazy lay over here.
I'm not lazy. Okay, I'll have you know, after that episode, I rode my husband's cock. Like, and he got off real hard. Not lazy.
Alright. She had to prove it because she knew she was lazy, so she had to prove it to, you know, her husband and now us that she's not lazy, but in reality, she really is lazy.
I'm not lazy. You're lazy.
Oh, really?
I know you are, but what am I? Okay. I take it in the face.
Good
you can call me lazy if you want, but I take it in the face.
Thanks. Because, you know, I don't take it in the face.
But, we didn't ask.
But, yeah, so it doesn't, you know, spitting is kind of, you know, it's kind of gross. But, I mean, I've done it before when it's kind of like in your mouth and you really don't want to swallow it because you're just not in the mood. So, yeah.
Because it's all done. Like my wine. It's all done.
Can you tell?
I think that's all.
Yeah, that is
that's all.
Basically
it's all for today.
All for today.
So until next time, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Lauren.
And talk shit.
Bye.
Bye.
Photography.
Video.
Productions.
Black Stripe.